Hey everyone, I just thought I'd do a retrospective on one of the most infamous and controversial albums, Saint Anger, by the one and only MetallicA. Now, at first listen, it's a surprise. The sound, the structures of the songs, and no solos. And that snare. But the Offspring had that snare sound back in '98 with Americana in the song Why Don't You Get a Job. No one really said anything then, but when Metallica did it, whew, what a storm. So, the artwork's simple. You know, if they had the full-on skull as well, it would have been pretty cool, but, the angry fist. They did this whole big package where you could get a necklace and it had the fist. It was like a piece of plastic, novelty. They do the whole thing. But this version is really cool because it comes with a DVD of the band playing the whole album in the studio live. Like, no video clips on it, which is disappointing because the Frantic video is pretty cool. And most people agree that Frantic is one of the better songs on the album. It's a great opener. It's got some great lyrics like "My lifestyle determines my death style," and mentions karma, and just it's the story of this one guy's frantic life. He's out late at night, he's drinking a lot, he's with heaps of women, and how it's shot. It's really cool. It's just him basically in the same pose, and then it just frantically flashes like so many different potential partners, and then when it's doing all the frantic drinking, like he goes through shots, beers, wines, cocktails, and then he's speeding, then there's crashes, and it's got the band rocking out. It's a pretty cool video. The iconic chorus, Frank, tick, 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 tick. And it gets to a point where it's like, okay, there's going to be a soul. Then it gets to the end, it's like, okay, there's going to be a soul. Oh. And then it ends. And the main song, Saint Anger, comes in. Pretty cool, catchy riff. Lies with the double flam on the toms. Then it gets in a little bit groovy, and then double kicks. So it's like, yeah, this is cool. Melodic verse or chorus first, and then it gets up a bit more, goes on, and again, no solo. So again, a couple catchy lines in Saint Anger. Hit the lights on these dark sets. Medallion noose, Saint Anger around my neck. James saying he feels his world shakes like an earthquake, hard to see clear. Is it me? Is it fear? And just says that he's madly in anger with everyone. Like, it is repetitive, so it gets boring. It's like, yeah, this could have been cut down to about 4, maybe 5. It won a Grammy. Then you got Some Kind of Monster. Some pretty cool drum work in this, and how Some Kind of Monster comes about in the Some Kind of Monster documentary. Awesome. Is really cool because James is there. He's saying, since this song's sort of like a Frankenstein, it's like a monster, and then Bob Rock goes some kind of monster. And there it is. Everyone was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And so 8 minutes, song goes. You know, the riff is alright, you know, da 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 da. And seeing Kirk struggle with that riff is one of the highlights in this film. It's a great film. This is better than the album. Like, this is really, really cool. It's got Frantic played live, and it's got a solo. When they play these songs live, they add the solo, and they're so much better received. MetallicA should re-release Saint Anger with the solos. There's lots of people wanting And Justice for All re-release with the bass. Do that. Re-release this with the solos, even if they're live cuts. Because when they played live, they're shorter, they sound better, the snare is proper. Lars adds additional drum rolls. They make the not so good songs better. But, well, after a break coming back to this album, it's okay. Like, yeah, sure, still it's not great, but you pick up on some things you didn't pick up then. Like, Dirty Window is pretty fun. Invisible Kid. Again, there's some good drum work here. Like, good intro, drum work, not many fluent roll fills, but in The Unnamed Feeling, there's some good ones. And The Unnamed Feeling is stated as the best song on the album. Sweet Amber, the original cut, had a ripping guitar solo. It wasn't fully in your face, but it was just there, and it would have worked. Sweet Amber's alright. All Within My Hands, yeah, it sort of loses itself in the end. Purify has a really awesome riff in it, like really kicks on. Shoot Me Again, it's pretty cool. You know, the line, all the shots you take I spit back at you, and then My World. Like, they're all pretty much there. Like, they pack a punch, hence the fist. Like, they have parts and moments, but yeah, the whole thing still feels like, yeah, why? But yeah, it's controversial, it's infamous, it's iconic in its own right. It's just one of those albums. You know, bands, they release the one that wasn't really what it could have been, or there should have been a lot more. Hey, gave us a great documentary. Real good insight. You know, James was, at one time or another, he was going to leave because he had so many problems to battle and deal with. You know, he was in therapy. The whole band was in therapy. They were just ripped apart. So that's why they got so angry. You know, they made flesh-ripping riffs. You know, the songs were so basic. It was like everything, and, you know, they got all tied up with them in cells and just, yeah. And the fans felt that way too. They felt alienated because there was no solos, but they came back with Death Magnetic. That stitched up a few things. That's a better album. But yeah, Saint Anger. What else can be said? There's some moments in the album which are pretty cool. Songs really cool, being cut down a bit better. You know, maybe not so basic with structure. Feels like a cut, copy, paste thing. But you ask any fan and they go, yeah, look, I like this part of that song. I do like Frantic. I do like the Unnamed Feeling. Some of these lyrics are cool. Some of these riffs are alright. When they're played live, they're so much better. And as you all know, nothing else matters, and it's sad but true that San Diego does suck. But personally, and this will be controversial, I like this over Hardwired. Hardwired's got 3 great songs. Murder One, the song for Lemmy, that is cool, but yeah. I just don't overly like Hardwired as a whole album. Death Magnetic, I do love, and I'll follow up why next time, and I'll scare you later.